Welcome to Why They Play the Game, a show created to discuss the NBA on and off the court. I'm just one of your hosts, Michael Eric Owens.
And I'm Ken Hayes.
What's going on, my brother?
It's finals about times starting tomorrow, Mike.
Ken, we
Right?
we got here, right? We
Yeah.
finally arrived, right?
Shoot. It's
Yeah, it's been a
I just
minute,
think
huh?
it's been a minute. I mean, it's been a whole week without any, let's just say, basketball action, NBA basketball. I'll put it that way. So finally tomorrow, game one.
So we have the clash between the Boston Celtics, which have many consider to be the best team all season long, and the Dallas Mavericks. So, Ken, what were your initial thoughts when this matchup came to be?
Mike, I'm be real honest with you. I'm surprised Dallas is in the finals. If you would have told me Dallas was going to be in the finals at the beginning of the season, I would have told you that you crazy.
Yeah,
But they got here. Um, I would say some more from Kyrie than I can think of is because Mike, he put his head down and just went to work, and looks like he's
right.
comfortable. I'll say comfortable as far as with Luca and teammates and things like that. So you got to give him credit. I mean, we know he's been criticized for some other things, but Mike, he team player playing well and just you know, like I said, doing his work and doing it pretty damn well. So
Yeah, I would amen to that.
But on the other side, Mike, Boston, we've talked about them a lot during the season. Um, I predicted Boston would come out the East. Uh,
Hmm.
the other thing, we know that 3-point shooting is their mantra. So you're gonna see a lot of threes on both sides of the ball, but more from Boston. My thing, Mike, before we really get down deep into it, I mean, what as far as coaches are concerned, how do you look at? I'm gonna say that matchup. Uh, Joe and Jason. Jason has
Hmm.
been in the league. I mean, coaching for a little while. And Joe just assumed the role. About this is his second seasons or season and a half. But I mean, how do you look at that matchup?
Yeah, I mean, it's going back to one of your earlier points about the surprise of the Dallas Mavericks getting there, and folks, why I'm gonna give my little 2 cents on this. Go ahead, hit that like and that subscribe and that notification button so you can continue to get our content. Listen,
Exactly.
share the show, folks. We want to grow. We want to have more conversations with folks like you and others, but the only way we can grow the show if you go ahead and just subscribe to it, send it out, help a brother out. But yeah, the when you look at the Mavericks, man, what they went through OKC, okay. Well, first of all, they went through the Clippers, they went through Minnesota, and then they went through the number one seed. Man, them some heavy hitters. I
Yeah,
mean, that was not that was a hard route. You had to
it
go through the
was right.
Clippers. Come on, man. You had to go through the Clippers, man. You had to go through the Timberwolves, and then you had to hit the Thunder, man. And I just think that's for them, for me, they're battle tested. And I know we're
I agree
looking
with
at
that.
the odds, Ken. Like the odds are saying the Celtics is gonna win it. The odds have been that all year long. The odds are Jason Tatum's gonna um he's gonna be the finals MVP, this, that, and the other. Man, you know what? It's good these people don't make money off of their predictions. Because like you said, who nobody would have said Dallas was gonna be and to run through the West like that.
Right.
Oh, bruh. That to me, that say a lot. Now they matched up twice this year. Okay. And Dallas, I mean, and Boston won both of those contests. One was a pretty much one-sided affair. The other
Right.
one was tighter. Okay, so but that was a different Mavericks team. And Ken, when you talk about coaching, okay, I Boston style of basketball, I do not prefer. I'm just gonna be honest, and it has nothing to do with Boston, their players. It has everything to do with in my opinion, the overemphasis of shooting the three. And to me, that's just not. You know what? If you're hitting threes, it's exciting. I mean,
Oh,
you're way out there, and you put some arc on the ball, Ken. You got the hand dangling. You know what I'm saying? You hitting the three on them. Oh
right.
yeah, that's exciting. But when we flip that coin, and there's
Well,
just brick, 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 brick. And it's just like, dude, you making my skin crawl, man. Like the game is more than the three. That's the beauty of watching Kyrie, Luka. Yeah. See, that's the beauty, the creativity of these artists, man, on the court. You know what I'm saying? Luka might spend 7, 8 seconds just getting you on his back, getting you on his back. And then he just waiting. Are you going to commit, Horford? Are you going to commit Porzingis? Because if you don't, I'm gonna hit the floater on you. I might hit the fade on you. And if you commit, oh yeah, Lively's about to dunk on your head. So to me, Ken, when I look at the coaching, I feel that Jason Kidd can coach, bro. Now in Milwaukee, we might have a different
I was just about to
conversation.
say that.
But for him to come through this hard West like he did, I gotta tip my hat to him. That's just not players. You don't come through them and just be players in talent. That's some adjustments, that's some strategy, that's some timely plays, and that's some rotation. When I saw his rotation, man, I was like, "Ooh, his rotation is tight." Like when I saw his matchups and what he was doing, maybe it was just maybe he's on a streak, but I'm telling you, Kid is coaching well, bro.
I'll say this to and let you finish is that I just think coaching is overrated in the NBA. I think I think to me player talent is more important than coaching. And I know that coach has to make some adjustments and we see a lot of coaches who don't make adjustments and that could be the reason for their team losing or not, but I just think the talent is more important than the coaching. But I'll let you finish.
Well, you can have okay. When we get to this level, everybody talented.
Right.
Okay, when we
Right.
get to this level, this is supposed to be the best of the best. So the talent is there. Like if Dallas won, nobody's gonna be shocked. If Boston win, nobody's gonna be shocked because there's
Nah.
just talent on the floor. And so to me, the difference when you have that talent like that is coaching. That's where coaching come in. That's where the Phil Jacksons of the world come in, the Eric Spoelsons of the world, because you know how Eric, he do a whole lot with little. Okay, so and that's where that happens. Yeah, you got talent, but man, Ken, when it comes down to, and I don't know if you realize this, the statistic for the playoffs this year, Dallas has won more tight games than
Oh yeah.
anyone in the playoffs. Anyone. And to me, bro, you can have the most talented dudes on Kevin Durant, Booker, okay, and Bradley Beal. And we see them question themselves who's going to take the shot, who's going to do this and who's going to do that. That's coaching, man. So to me, I don't see Kid getting out coached by Joe Mazzulla at
Okay.
at all.
That's a big okay. That's a
Because
prediction.
I have not seen Joe Mazzulla. You talk about adjustments. Dude, if their 3-pointers are not hitting, he don't make no adjustment. He's just playing the numbers, the statistics. That's all he's playing, man. And so for me, they're saying if we can get up 43s and we can make these amount of threes, then yeah, we probably more than likely can win this game. But I have yet to see him make adjustments. And trust me, for Boston, the key to Boston winning this series is how they guard Luka. Ken, I don't know if you realize this, bro.
Mike, let me just
Let me
stop
just
you
get
Go ahead.
okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That was going to be my next question.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to guard Luka?
Well, let me give you this statistic. Luka is leading the NBA playoffs in 5 categories: total points, rebounds, assists, 3-pointers made, and steals. Luka could become the first player in NBA history to lead the entire league in all 5 categories in a postseason. You know what? Let me sum that up. Problem. Let me sum that up for you, man. Monumental problem, because I think they're gonna put they're gonna put Drew on him.
You think so?
Oh, they definitely Drew. I'm gonna tell you, there's gonna 3 main people gonna hold him: Drew, Brown, and White.
White. See, Mike, I was thinking that the majority of the time that White would be on Luka.
He gonna be on the bench.
Okay,
he gonna be in foul trouble. Man, listen, man. This is, you know how Kareem had to hook, and nothing you could do with the you could, once he got the ball and he got in his spot, it's nothing you could do.
You just hope he missed.
Stop the hook. Exactly. That's Luka. Look, you have to pick your poison. If he's hit the only thing that helps defend Luka, if he's struggling from the 3. If he's not struggling from the 3, man, what Luka scores on every level. He's 6'7". He's got a body like Barkley. And we ain't never seen a dude that can move you like that with his body. And so none of whoever holding, can't trust me. Whoever holding him, the majority of the time, they're gonna be doing what we're doing right now. We're gonna be watching the game. Because you can't. What happened to your boy McDaniels and Alexander on
stayed in foul trouble
because he's so difficult to guard. This is what we need to understand, man. For some athletes, there's just no answer, right? When Usain Bolt was running like he was, there was no answer. He got on the track.
It was over.
It was
over before it started.
And sometimes in Luka is really like in his peak too. Like, so there is no answer for him. That's the problem I have. To me, Ken, the key to this series, is Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving. You know what you're gonna get from Gafford. You know what you're gonna get from Lively. You're gonna get hustle. They're going after you. We know what we're gonna get from Luka. Luka's already shown you. And I think he's going to another level. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. This is his first championship. He want to be in that conversation with LeBron, with the champions. See, he ain't in that conversation. Yeah, exactly. Especially coming from, I don't know if there was an article, if you saw it, man, that called Giannis the greatest foreign international player ever in the NBA. And so I know he hearing stuff like that. And he like, oh, hold on. No. Come on, man. I'm Luka, baby. Let me show you what I'm gonna do. Now he on that stage. He wins the championship. He wins the MVP. He leads in all 5 categories. Okay. Who that dude now? You understand what I'm saying? Right. This is Luka's moment. And then also Kyrie, bro. Kyrie want to win that chip without Bron, man.
So and I get what you're saying, Mike. So let's just take it a step farther. On Dallas side, we know primary Luka and Kyrie are going to be the main focus. But it's got to be somebody else for them to win this chip. And in my opinion, I'm a stick with PJ Washington.
Yeah.
Can he carry over what he did in the last series against Minnesota? That's going to be the key, as far as I'm concerned, for Dallas to win this series. If he can't, if he falls back, there's no way Dallas is going to win this series. I'm just.
Yeah, it's either going to be him or Jones or somebody that's going, because the thing about it is he's going to have multiple opportunities.
Who is that?
I mean, you.
Oh, you talking about PJ Washington?
Yeah, because if you let Luka and Kai just go, then there's no way they're going to get 60, 70 points. There's just no way you're going to win that game. And so for me, you're going to have to double Luka the majority of the time. You're just gonna have to. If you let him white hold him, bruh. Man, Luka probably gonna be out there with an ice cream bar. You know, he gonna have a little
Stop.
cop Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Why he going to the hole? Man, you too small. You too.
Let me ask this question, Mike. Is that do you think Jaylen Brown will step up to the challenge to hold Luka?
Oh, he gonna try. Oh, he gonna try, but he gonna get his feelings hurt. Man, listen, you just don't. Luka is a different animal, man. I think a lot of people haven't really seen this dude play. Do you know, man? He was a pro at 15.
Oh yeah,
He turned pro at 15. Like this dude, Luka has been in more. People say, well, Luka's, never been to the finals. Luka has won international championships, bro. I mean, Luka has been MVP. Like this dude is for real. I mean, when his career is over, bro, him and Giannis. I mean, we know Dirk and Parker, and we know all the names, but I'm
right.
telling you, his name is going to be 1 or 2 if he stays healthy. He been cooking since he been in the league. He just didn't have no help. He had no help. That's
Yeah,
what people don't
Porzingis.
realize. Who? Come on, man. He had no help. He haven't had complimentary players around him. And now that he does, come on, man. Shoot. He might average a triple-double in this series.
I see. He had Porzingis for a hot second.
Stop it. and let's talk about that, Ken. So Porzingis is coming back.
Yep.
So what do you think that does that help, or does it hurt the rhythm of the Celtics? What do you think?
I think Porzingis is going to be more of a decoy than anything else. And when I say that, he's not going to be 100%. We know that for a fact. If he can make it through the series, I mean, I'll give it to him. I mean, Porzingis is the type of player that I'll say this. In my view, he doesn't like to play hurt, or when he's hurt. I'll put it that way. So if he makes it through how many games it goes, I'll give him, I'll give him a head nod and say, good work. I just think he's not going to be as effective as he, before the injury. And then the other thing that he spends more time out on the three than anything else than, let's just say bang it. So I think that with the length that Dallas has, as far as Lively and others, that it's going to be a challenge for him to get down low to even get some easy buckets. In my opinion.
Yeah, it's a tough sell for me, man, because he's been off nearly a month and a half.
Right.
Yeah, 5 weeks. By the time they lock up, it's almost 6 weeks he's been off, man. That's hard, and I don't see him finishing. I see, man, that Anunoby, when he came out and he tried to make a run for it, and he just couldn't do it. I see something like that. I don't see him coming out. But again, stranger things will happen. He might come out, be hot, be quicker, be leaping, dunking on people. You know what I mean? That I told Ken, listen, when we started at the beginning of the year, my whole thing was, can Porzingis stay healthy?
Yep.
When everybody was excited, everybody talking about Boston, this, that, and the other thing, I said, okay, all I want to know is, because he hasn't proven that, man. And he said himself, he hasn't even played really in the playoffs. I mean, I don't know if you saw his press conference, but he was real apprehensive when they asked him. He said, well, he's going to go out there and give it his best. And this thing. Come on, man. No, he didn't look like a dude that was really want to go out there and get busy. He looked like, I probably got to do this. And
I don't
want to, but I got to get paid. So I'm going to go out there and do this thing. So he did not seem like, because some players would be like, yeah, no. I'm ready. I'm ready. No, I'm ready. I've been rehabbing. I feel good. I don't have no pain. You know, that's what you
Right.
hear from some players with Porzingis. Like he was pausing a whole lot doing that. I was like, nah, man, he don't seem like his heart is in it. But again, who
But
knows, man? Who
but
knows? But go ahead,
let
Ken.
me switch to somebody on the other side of Dallas that we haven't really talked about. Tim Hardaway Jr.
Mm.
Mike, I don't even think he played a minute, and if he did, it was maybe a brief one. It was maybe 30 seconds in the last against Minnesota.
Yeah.
What happened? Right now he's an afterthought.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but that's kind of been Tim's career though, right? I mean, he's been
Up
hot
and down.
and he's been cold. You know what I mean? And when he's hot, oh, he hot. I mean, he doing multiple things. He appears to me, and again, I don't know him. And I think he you know, I like his game. So I got nothing to do with no personal stuff. But I feel like he struggles with his confidence. I feel like if his shot is not going, he struggles with everything else. I've always felt like Tim was struggling with that, man. And sometimes, Ken, again, we go back. I know you say coaching don't matter, but sometimes I'm gonna tell you like this: when you got a coach that believe in you and keep telling you like, no, you're going through a rough period. We believe in you. We need you. We this, we that. That's where a coach can make a difference for a player. And I think for him, you know, I don't know if Jay Kidd that type of dude. You know what I mean? Because Jay Kidd played at such a high level. He like, man, you need to motivate yourself. You need to, you need to come on. You need to produce. And that's sometimes when you get a player coach like that, like Jason Kidd, that's the problem he had with Giannis, right? When you get his expectation can be like, yeah, I want you. You should be here, but you're not there, and it's your job to develop that player and get them there. So, do I think he? But Ken, I always feel with him like he redeems himself though. Like
He'll come back.
You know what I'm saying? Like Tim is that type of dude where you just be frustrated with him, man. Like, come on, bro, what's up? And then he'll get that series,
right?
And when he get that series, okay, then you forget about everything else, right? So I'm saying, Ken, maybe this is that redemptive moment. Okay, for him, where he can get back in the rotation, he can hit some shots. Because I agree with you. I think what you're trying to say that they need him. They need somebody else, and what he can bring to the table. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they
do.
So
let's switch. We've been talking about Dallas a lot, so let's switch over to Boston. We know Tatum and Brown show. We know that. So you tell me, who is the player that you think for Boston to win this series has to be, let's just say, better than the best?
Let me. I think the most important player on Boston's team is White.
Okay.
The most important player. I'm gonna tell you like this: give me White, man. Because the thing about White is, man, he works so hard, man, on the defensive end. He's unselfish. You see this dude, man. White has that quality you can't teach. That big play quality, just like Drew. That's Drew. That big play quality. It's just something about Jordan had that big play quality. Like when you need a play, White is that type of dude. He can get that for you. He can get that steal. He can get that block. He can get that deflection. He's already proven that. What, he led the league in blocks as a guard? I mean, as among guards, he led the league in blocks. I mean, this dude, he gets at it on the defensive end. I mean, he gonna be into Luka. Don't get me wrong. He gonna be into Luka. He just don't have the size, man. And he just doesn't have. And if you had the size, you don't have the weight. Like that's Jason Brown has the size, but he doesn't have a weight. And so there, you need a dude that's got the size and the weight and the athleticism in order to be able to hold somebody like Luka. But I think he's the key, Ken. White is the key because his White threes are different, bro. Like it's like the scramble. You know what I mean? Like Jason just pulling up and Brown's but it's like the scramble, the loose ball, man, and pitch out to White. See, that's what I think he is the key. But Ken, let me say this. I
Okay.
think that key is going to be neutralized. I think his
All right.
offense is going to suffer.
See, I think Drew Holiday is the key for Boston. And when I say, man, come Mike, I'm trying to tell you, I'll say number one, he has an incentive. So he got
Oh,
traded
I
from
agree. I
he got
agree.
traded from, to from Milwaukee
Mm.
to Portland, from Portland to Boston. He like, well, look at me now. I'm in these finals,
Oh,
and I'm
absolutely.
approved. Right. The other thing, Mike, I'll say this is that during the season, Drew got a lot of rest and a lot of pressure taken off of him from coming from Milwaukee. So really he doesn't really have anything to lose. When I say that doesn't have anything to lose, is that I got rest, I'm ready to go, I'm in the finals. I'm gonna do what I do on a regular basis. To me, on the defensive end, especially on the defensive end, Drew is going to be, I'll say, the coach out there for Boston against Luka and Kyrie.
Well, let me say this. I'm gonna push back some.
Okay, go ahead.
When I watch them play, Drew still seems like he was traded there. Like he's not part of that group. When I see them play, I don't see the same depth of relationship that say White would have with Tatum and Jay Brown. Because let's just be honest. Tatum and Brown, those are the dudes along with
Right.
White. They that's a trio. I just don't feel like that trio is gonna let Drew lead them. And when I see on the play, I see Drew. Drew to me has sacrificed so much being there, right? He doesn't get the shots he wants.
Yeah.
Only time Drew gets aggressive is when they struggle. You notice that? Only time when he starts to say, I got to do this is when they struggle. And this is the highest stage. Drew knows that. He's been there. I'm sure he's speaking to them about this, that, and the other thing. But they don't want to hear that. This is their moment. This is the three of those moments. He happens to be along with them. Who's going to lead this team is going to be between Jason and Jalen, and they have never figured that thing out. And that's why I always think Boston is going to struggle on this level because they have never designated that dude. Who is that cat? And I don't think, man, there's no way, in my opinion, Drew Holiday is going to be the one that the difference maker for them to win a championship. I just don't believe that.
So let me pick up on this point that you just made between Jason and Brown.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I was looking at it too much, but when Brown got the Eastern Conference Final MVP,
come on now.
You look over at Jason.
Come on now. You about to preach.
What about me? I'm Jason Tatum. I deserve that. And I was like,
man, yes.
So
Ken, your point is so valid, man. Like these are young dudes that are coming up together, that are coming up in their own, man. And when you don't have that hierarchy, I don't care what anybody's. Ken, listen, even on the job, there's a hierarchy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you ain't got everybody that's the vice president of finance. You got four. You know what I mean? No. You got one vice president and you got a president, right? You're a director. No, you have a hierarchy. Right? You got petty officers. You got chiefs. You got master chiefs. You have hierarchy, and when you don't have hierarchy, when the pressure comes and the decisions have to be made, Ken, on the spot. Who does that? And sometimes it works out. Jaylen Brown in the corner. Sometimes it works out. But a lot of times it don't. Because you have to be, it's just something about being that dude coming off the bench, knowing your team got every confidence in you. They coming off the bench like, well, if he get it and he get it, or he can do this. No. We know that ball's going to be in Luka's hands. Everybody know who the dude is on that team. Kyrie will even tell you, I'm a complimentary piece. I'm not that dude. And so, Ken, Boston has yet to convince me that they can figure that out and make that work without someone being the designated leader. I mean, look at the teams historically. You know, we said Lakers, Magic. We would say when Kobe was there, Kobe was. We say Jordan. We would say what you would say Tim Duncan. You would say you always knew, right? Patrick Ewing, right? Charles Barkley. You always Shaq when Shaq was in Orlando. You knew, like that's the leader right there, and we can never answer that question. Like I would say exhaustively that it was Jason Tatum. And some have argued, Ken, well, that's okay. You know, they can do it. Now, come on, man. Nobody like a two-handed monster, man. You know what I'm saying? So Ken, there's two things that we should mention. If Boston does win, this will give them the most championships because they're tied with the Lakers right now at 17. But Boston hasn't won since 2008. But if they do win, they will be the most championships of a franchise in NBA history. A lot on the line for them. This is the third time that Dallas has been back, and we know they lost to Miami one year in 2006, and then they end up beating. No, they actually won. They won, and then they actually lost to. No.
Yeah,
okay,
they just said that one, right?
Yeah, both against the Miami Heat to Dwayne Wade, Shaquille O'Neal in 2006 before beating Wade and LeBron in 2011. Yeah, so this will be their third time back to the finals, man. So what do you think, Ken, in our closing minutes here?
So
what do
Mike,
you think?
I just don't think Dallas has enough to beat Boston. I think Boston, I'll just say bench-wise, starting five, they got the best starting 6 in the league. So when Boston wins, you owe me dinner and no questions asked.
Because I'm going Dallas in 6, bro.
All right.
Dallas in 6, baby.
I'm taking Boston in 6.
Hey. We we can arrange that too now.
All right.
Okay, because brother don't mind taking his brother to dinner anyway. All right, folks.
But one last thing, Mike, before we go. I think it's going to be, I'll say this, I think it's going to be a better series than people give it.
Mm-hmm.
And when they saw that, when Dallas was up 3-0, it was kind of finale against Minnesota. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a good series. You got some matchups that, we're going to look for. And, tomorrow they're going to get it on. So I look forward to it. I'm excited about it, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ken. I just hope that I would like to see some games that go down to the end. You know what I mean? I want to see some last minutes, some last seconds. That's what I want to see. Excite like you. I want to see. I don't. To me, Ken, I don't really care who wins. I mean, there's, seeing Boston win and Jason and Jalen get their first ring. Man, I would love to see that. Even though, man, I can't stand Boston. I love them boys.
Right,
and
exactly.
Drew, even what happened to Drew in the long run, I would love to see Drew get that. Also, on the other end, I would love to see Kai, man, with everything he's been through. And matter of fact, I heard today him say that, man, his parents met at Boston University, I think, Boston State University.
Okay.
That's where they met. So Deuce, I wouldn't even be here, without Boston. So I got love for Boston. So there's a great story. Luka winning, getting on that level, man, of conversation and this, that. So I think, man, the NBA can't lose here. The only way they can lose here if it's one-sided and it's not enjoyable. But as far as the storylines, Ken, they are present. Man, great show, brother. Last word.
Right, man. Drew Holiday.
All right. You heard it. Drew Holiday. All right, folks. As always, the world of sports unites us. Let us unify in our everyday life. This is why they play the game.